So to start, I'm going to use this 3mm crochet hook, or number 5, and then I'm going to make a slip knot first. And then I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you have 4 chains on the second chain from hook, that is where you're gonna work your first single crochet, 1 single crochet into the next 2 remaining chains. So we should have 3 single crochets in total. So now we're going to chain 1 and we're on to the next row. We're gonna turn, and then into this first stitch where we have our chain 1, we're going to work 2 single crochets, and then 1 single crochet into the middle, and then 2 single crochets into the last stitch. Now we're gonna go ahead and do row 3, chain 1 and turn. So on row 3, we're just going to repeat that. We're going to work 2 single crochets, or an increase, into the first and into the last stitch, and then in between we're just going to work 1 single crochet into each. So now we're gonna have 3 individual single crochets in between, and then into the very last stitch we're gonna do 2 single crochets, and we're going to repeat that until we reach row 10. So we're gonna work an increase into the first stitch and then into the last stitch. In between, we're just going to work 1 single crochet into each. So that's what we're gonna do. Up to row 10. So every time that we turn, we're gonna chain 1, and then in the next clip I'll show you how it's gonna look like after you reach row 10 by repeating, or by adding an increase into the first and into the last stitch of each row. So this is what it looks like once you have repeated round 2 to round 10, wherein we added an increase, or 2 single crochets, into the first and into the last. So you will see there it's forming a shape of a triangle. So the next step would be chain 1. We're going to turn 1 single crochet into this first stitch and into every stitch all throughout the row. So we're gonna do that 3 times. From row 11 to 13, we are just going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. Okay, so to make the heart shape, first we're going to chain 1. This is the start of row 14. Turn, and then 1 single crochet into the same stitch, 1 single crochet into each of the next 7. And then the next step is we're going to work that. So we're gonna chain 1. We're gonna skip the stitch, work 1 single crochet into each of the next 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So next is we're gonna chain 1, turn, and we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of the stitch, into each of those stitches except for the last 2. So we should have 6 single crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're gonna work 2 single crochets together. And there you go. Now we're gonna chain 1. We're going to turn, and then we're going to work another decrease into the next 2. We're gonna do that, and then work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3, and then 2 single crochets together. So now we're gonna do the final one, chain 1, and then we're going to work 2 single crochets together. We're gonna work a chain 1 single crochet, and then finally we're gonna work our 2 single crochets together. And then we're gonna chain 1 and fasten off. So we're not done yet because we're going to finish or complete the heart shape and do the same into the next rows. So to do that, we're going to start from here. So we're going to join the yarn. I'm going to chain 1 into that same stitch. We're going to work a single crochet, 1 single crochet into each of the next 7. We should have 8 individual single crochets in total. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So once we have 8 there, we're going to work our last 2 stitches, 2 single crochets together, just like what we did in here. So we're going to mirror what we did in here. So we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn, skip this first stitch, and into the next one we're going to work 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet into each of the remaining stitches. There should be 8 individual single crochets in total. There. Chain 1 and then turn, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet into the same stitch, 1 single crochet into each of the next 5. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we have 2 remaining stitches left in here. That is where we're gonna work our decrease or 2 single crochets together, and then we're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna do 1 more decrease on this row, 2 single crochets together, 1 single crochet into each of the next 3, and then 2 single crochets together. Chain 1, we're gonna turn, two single crochets together, 1 single crochet in the next, and then finally 2 single crochets together. Chain 1, and then we're going to cut off the yarn. So make 1 more of this piece, and then we're gonna need some fiber fill so we can turn this one into an amigurumi heart. So this is what it looks like after we finished another one. Join the 2 pieces together. So in here, I'm going to, after chaining 1, I'm gonna go ahead and work a single crochet on both stitches together. So when joining these 2 pieces, there are no wrong sides, because either way they're both just the same, because we're working back and forth on this piece. So you don't have to worry about where the right sides are, because they're just the same. So we're just going to repeat this until we get here.